We had to make an executive decision if we were going to be completely raw and honest, or if we were going to be not fake, but G-rated, not as honest. I said we should compromise.
I said, let's go all in.
All in.
Crystal climbed into my bed.
Again, I will preface, it is not as racy as it sounds. But you know, you live and you learn. That's pretty much our entire marriage.
Welcome to
So
the To Hell With You and Back podcast.
A love story.
Love story. So this podcast has been in the works for a long time. We've had people ask us to do a podcast. We've had a lot of people ask us for marriage advice, all these fun things, and we don't have anything like, I don't know if we're the best people to give advice because we are constantly just shooting in the dark.
We are not.
But with that, I would like to go ahead and acknowledge today is the 18th anniversary of the day that Crystal climbed into my bed.
There you go. You got it right. Again, I will preface, it is not as racy as it sounds.
Or is it?
It's not. It's really not.
So if you watch this and then listen to it, you're like, Bobby rehearsed that. I didn't rehearse it. The first time it came out naturally. The second time I had to force it because I didn't know what I was doing.
But you know, you live and you learn. That's pretty much our entire marriage.
It really is. So again, we met a little before this date, but not too much before, 18 years ago. And we probably crossed paths even before that.
We did. We have
definitely
that story.
would have. Yeah, we'll talk about that in the future. Like we'll have a serendipity episode where
oh, that's real.
What just happens by fate. We'll talk about that. I think there's
a good one.
Yeah, it's a good
you
one.
make a note of that.
Yeah, I'm write it on the whiteboard. So we're not looping over again, so we're doing good. Okay. So yeah. So technical difficulties happened and we have re-recorded. So I think this is working well now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hand the mic to Crystal and say, Crystal, set the scene for how we met.
All right. And as we did while ago, but you didn't catch in the podcast, we had to make an executive decision if we were going to be completely raw and honest, or if we were going to be not fake, but G-rated, not as honest. I said we should compromise.
I said, let's go all in.
All in. All right. So I'm still going to compromise a little.
She climbed into my bed.
Anyways, we'll get to that story in a minute. It is not like it sounds. So I started going to Hill College. You can't see it on the podcast, but I'm wearing my Hill College sweatshirt. And first day of theater, I know I bumped the table. Sorry. I get nervous. We were all sitting around the theater table, round table. There's two big glass doors, big glass window. We're all kind of weirded out and nervous, like, oh, no, I should talk to you. And all of a sudden, these two guys walk up. Door flies open, like shook the whole doors and
I should probably clarify that I had been there a semester before Crystal.
Yes.
So I knew everyone.
Yes.
Everyone knew me, and I had developed a persona.
Oh, he had.
It was just, the thing you do when you're 20 years old. Just what you do.
I mean, I guess. So I'm sitting there super, like, this is kind of weird. These two guys walk in. One of them would be Linwood Henry. Who
Shout out to Linwood.
We love.
Hey, Mallory. Okay, sorry, Mallory. We're recording, so I've got to be professional.
Oh, meow, meow. Yeah, now we go to the part where I got to say the bad word. Thanks, Mal. Thanks for joining right now.
Anyone listening on the podcast, sorry, we were being unprofessional.
Anyway, so glass door flies open. The glass walls shake. Bobby walks in. Never have I seen Bobby before. He is wearing a pink Blink-182 t-shirt, jeans, flip-flops, a leopard fur coat. Mind you, this is in August in Texas. And a black blind beanie. See how I remember every little detail? I'm awesome like that. And so this dude walks in wearing this obnoxious outfit. And I'm like, what is going on? What have I signed up for? Walks in. And out of literally, the moment the door opens, he's like, fuck you, Missy.
Oh, you said it. Oh,
I'm sorry, Mallory.
You did not G-rate that one.
Oh, yeah. Now you say that. I'm sorry, Mallory. Forgive me. And so, anyways, moving forward, I'm getting all red and flustered. Mallory heard me say a bad word.
Oh,
no, I know. So anyways, he's talking to this girl that no one in the room knew he knew. We're just like, he just walks in and just yells this. And I'm just like, what in the world have I just gotten into? This is crazy.
And I look like if a member of Blink-182 became a pimp. Like, I look like
it's true.
I look like if Mark Hoppus decided I'm going to change careers now and become a pimp.
Now, I'll also say I can't describe the walk other than saying it was a pimp walk because that's what you and Lynn coined it.
It absolutely was a pimp
walk.
walk.
So he walks in and says this, and then him and Lynn, and I really can't describe the walk that they did all the way to their chairs. Lynn just throws the chair back and sits down, and Bobby just flips his around and sits down backwards, and they just sit there. And I'm like, I literally have no clue what is going on here. He's real weird. And it was real awkward. And then our theater professor came in, class started, whatever. So Bobby and I, oddly, through that, became really good friends really quickly. I don't know if you want to interrupt me or first keep rolling, but we just were really good friends. And I think at one point, oh yeah.
Margarita break. Tink.
Hold on.
Sorry, podcast world. We took a margarita break.
I'm sorry. So at one point, I think throughout this friendship, we were in a play together. I actually played his pregnant mother in the play. That was real fun.
True story.
That was real fun. He was my son. I just developed feelings for him. And there's a whole plethora of things that go before that. But I was like, I don't want a boyfriend. Boys are stupid. And I just started to develop feelings for him, which really tripped me out.
It's a wonder that you would think boys are stupid when, like, the one you fell in love with walked in the room the way you just described.
I know.
What?
No. I'm kidding. No, it didn't mean to sound like that. Anyway.
Okay. Anyway, progressing 18 years ago today. We'll go to that. Let's just get to that.
Jump to today. We're not even finished.
18 years ago today. No, we're just gonna jump to that. Yeah.
Okay. So. Oh, but the other story was cute.
There's a lot of stories though, so we can save those for other episodes.
Anyways, okay.
We're talking about 18 years today.
So we had our play at Theater Festival today, 18 years ago, and we did our slot, did the play and everything, and
I killed it.
Whatever.
I'm an award-winning thespian.
What?
Oh, they missed the thespian joke earlier. In the first recording, it messed up.
Yeah.
Crystal said she was a thespian, and I said, "Oh, what? You get the joke. You know how it
whatever." Anyways, moving on. So we all stayed in a hotel at the theater festival. All of us theater kids, and the room I was in was a bunch of girls that were loud and obnoxious and annoying. Sorry if you were there and were watching this. So I was like, I'm going to go in the other room and sleep in the other room, which Bobby was sharing with a couple of other guys, Rusty, and I forget who else was in there. Roy, maybe. Anyways, it doesn't matter. And I was like, hey, can I sleep in here? Because my room I can't. And Rusty was like, sure, you can sleep in my bed. And I swear I cannot make this stuff up. At that moment, and Rusty and I were and are very, very good friends. None of this was racy in any way.
Hey, hold on. You're gonna pause right here, okay?
Okay.
You're gonna pull back off the mic. I'm gonna give you a little note. Turn the mics off too, so we don't record it. Sorry, anyone watching right now. Oh, back live.
No,
be conscious. You should be. You should be. You should be.
Okay.
Just if you are, it won't happen, right? All right. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it out there because I'm probably not gonna be able to edit it the way it needs to be. Crystal is not used to being on the mic at all. You've never had to be. So
other than like singing, but you don't.
Yeah, that's different.
It's different.
She was not hearing some noises her mouth was making, so I just gave her a quick note.
Yeah,
That's what just happened. I was like, hey, just just this so you're conscious of it. You won't do it.
Anytime I swallow now, I'm like, oh gosh, you can hear it. Okay, so anyways, crap. Now I'm like so self-conscious.
You got headphones on. You can hear it when it happens.
No,
Just listen to yourself.
Okay.
It works.
So I went in the other room, and I really can't make this stuff up, but I'm talking to Rusty about sleeping in their room. Bobby comes out of the bathroom at that point because he had been taking a shower with a towel wrapped around him, and that was it. He did not know I was in the room, I think.
I had no idea.
And he literally goes, "Oh, you can sleep in my bed." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Listen, let me clarify. I've never been a smooth, like being a smooth pimp of love has never been something I was accused of until Crystal. But before that, like I would love to claim like, oh yeah, I planned that. That was great because it worked. But I didn't plan it. I'm an idiot. Like it just happened. I came out and I thought, hey, I don't think she wants to sleep in Rusty's bed. Sorry, Rusty. I'm sure you'll hear this. I'm just going to let her sleep in my bed. Like I figured it was the gentleman thing to do because Rusty, no offense, brother, but we know you would have been trying to get that.
Stop.
No, well, but Rusty's going to laugh when he hears that part if he listens to it. And he's going to be like, true player. True. And then he'll text me and say playa, it's Wednesday. Like, shout out to Rusty.
Sorry, Pam.
Yeah. No one is surprised by the knowledge bomb, lack of knowledge bomb I just dropped.
Anyways, so fast forwarding to, I ended up sleeping in Bobby's bed, completely unracy. He slept on top of the sheet. I slept underneath, which I will say, I'm going to point this out now because I may forget later. I thought that was the sweetest, most gentlemanly thing ever. Fast forward, I don't know, 12 years into our relationship. And he's like, I've always slept on top of the sheet. I wasn't being a gentleman. And I'm like, oh.
I was being a gentleman by the simple act, though.
Oh, yeah, okay. Anyways, all that to say, I think it was the next night. He kissed me. We officially became a couple. And to the point, like I actually had to ask him a couple weeks later, like if I was his girlfriend or whatever.
And I was like, you have what? That's a strange question, woman.
But it was me, so I had to have clarification.
Yeah, so we've been together since that moment, 18 years. And I think it's important that when we talk about, so I'm going to see if I can change something here. Just I want to see a number. Y'all don't have to listen to that. There we go. There we go. That's helpful. Now we know where we're at. So I'll edit that portion out. So 18 years into it, and we've been together ever since. Never have we been apart. We never broke up. We got married a year and a half later. So on April 17th, 2004, we got married. So it's 16 years, and we're coming up on 17 before long. We're at 16 and a half actually today.
Yeah.
When you're watching this live. But I think within that 18 years, we've learned a lot, and we've talked to a lot of people about what marriage looks like and what relationships look like. But tonight, I kind of just wanted us to focus on a little bit, and on episode 1, which may be shorter than the rest, and it's an anniversary episode, and we're drinking tequila. So, you're just getting what you get out of us tonight. That's it. But I wanted to focus on not relationship, not all that stuff, but we started out as friends. So I just want to talk about friendship and how that looks like over the years as a married couple and as a couple in general, married or not, because friendship's an important piece of it. At the end of the day, Crystal is the only friend that I have by my side every day. I've got wonderful friends. I've got like best friend, and I've got other great friends that I see regularly and I talk to regularly. But there's only one that's by my side every day. Wink.
Aww.
And she's here every day, and I enjoy hanging out with her. But we also fight, and like the side of marriage that no one really dives into that we will at some point on the podcast because it gets ugly. But I do enjoy her, and I enjoy hanging out with her, and I enjoy spending time with her. And anytime I can just hang out with this woman, I fully enjoy it. So, friendship. How to remain friends. What would you say, Crystal, is – I don't have any notes on this.
Sorry, I'm reading the board.
Yeah, there's no notes on that. So what would you say would be like a – yeah, here you go. Hold on. The microphone. Don't touch the microphone. It'll do that again.
It
There you go. Well, it fell because you bumped it.
Well,
Yeah,
that happens.
what would you say are like maybe the 3 top things that help us remain friends? You're on the spot.
I know. I'm trying to think of like the right answer. No. No, I definitely say, I mean, like we laugh together so much. I think that's a huge important thing.
Turns out I'm funny.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I wouldn't say yeah, okay, but yeah, you're pretty funny. Um, I think just that we do things together, we hang out together. Especially now that our oldest daughter can babysit. Woo-hoo, that is a game changer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like hang out together, we laugh together, and we're there for each other when we need to be.
Those are 3 good things. Those are friend things. Like my best friend, Caleb,
Your man
best
wife.
friend, my man wife.
Totally.
Carrie, your best friend.
Absolutely.
Your woman husband.
Yes.
She actually fits that role better than Caleb fits man wife.
That is true.
I would say that all 3 of those things, laugh, there for each other, and hang out, like do things together, are important things that we do with our best friends. And I think if you're listening to this and you're wondering, like, how do Bobby and Crystal do it? We really are friends, like best friends. We don't always like each other. And we'll have an episode all on how we don't always like each other, because that's important to acknowledge. Like sometimes we can't stand each other, and it's short-lived, but it's reality, right? Like the people you love the most, there's some times where you just cannot stand them for a short period, but you're like, I don't like who you are right now, or I don't like who you're making me right now, because sometimes we just get angry. That's a good one, right?
That's like, a good one.
But really, it's all on us. Personal responsibility.
Right.
One theme you'll probably hear from me on this podcast regularly is personal responsibility. And Crystal hates it when I dive into it sometimes.
So much.
But at the end of the day, we are in charge of who we are. No one else is. Our spouses aren't. Our best friends aren't. At the end of the day, if we're shitty people, it's on us. It's not on anyone else. We can't blame someone else. So all of that to say, we are truly best friends. We truly do spend every day together. We don't always get along. And if you're a good friend of ours, you've seen it. You've seen us not get along. It's not always perfect, but it is always real. And I think that's key. Like we don't hide feelings. We're pretty upfront about them. Sometimes like in the grand scheme of life, sometimes you will have feelings that you don't even realize you're having, and the other person will call them out and it'll piss you off real bad, and then it blows up. Like
it's never happened.
Never.
You've never called me out on crap and I've gotten mad.
Vice versa. Like we're perfect.
Absolutely.
That's how we've done it. So I'm going to commit to at some point during this podcast, as long as we can stay on track and we see that people are caring, one day when we're in the middle of a fight, I'm going to make us get on here.
Oh my gosh.
And hash it out.
Really?
Now, we're not going to have the fight here. We're going to hash it out, though.
Ugh.
And we're going to record it. Because I think it's important that the people hear this and they know.
Sounds horrible.
They're going to be like, damn, they're screwed up.
Yeah. See, I don't like to be uncomfortable in any way, like either physical comfort or just like confrontational uncomfortableness. Is that a word? I don't like to be uncomfortable. So my go-to is like, nope, shutting down, not doing it. So Bobby's really stretching, trying to do this.
No, if we're going to do a podcast about marriage, I want to be real. I want to be honest. Real. I don't want to mess around with it. So again, relationship is important. That's really kind of what 18 years. That's what this podcast, we launched it on the 18 years of us getting together. Crystal climbing in my bed.
Whatever.
She climbed up in my bed.
You know, people are going to log in like right now and they're going to be like, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, there's 8 people. No, just kidding.
Crystal. And I'm be like, hey, you have to hear the whole story. It is not racy.
Well, you can guess the clip I'm using for the teasers for the podcast.
Oh my gosh. Of course you are.
All right. So I'm going to try to develop some regular things that we do on here. And this is going to be, hey, folks listening, some of the things we're going to do regularly. I want them to be exercises that we can exercise as a couple that are beneficial.
All right.
And I'm not thinking about them ahead of time. I'll write them down. I don't think about them.
You think on the fly.
That's what I do with most of my life. But also, I want to challenge anyone listening to kind of dive into that. So, if there's anything that we've said so far as relationship goes, which was very little, we didn't say a ton, but if there's anything there that you feel applies to you, let us know. We love to like engage in conversation. But what I want to challenge everyone to is today we have to name 3 things that we appreciate about each other.
Yes, but hold on. You didn't say your 3 things on how to remain friends. You asked me.
No, you nailed it though. I was like, what do
Well,
we?
I know because I'm awesome, but you don't have a separate viewpoint. I mean, I think you should
No,
have
no,
the
no, no.
3 things.
I don't have a separate because I was gonna say
separate.
you.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, I would say that we would laugh a lot.
Right.
Oh, you know me. That's what I would. That's a major thing
Your
for me.
go-to, yeah.
I'm a Enneagram 7, everyone.
Mm.
So I really enjoy laughing. I enjoy being funny and enjoy funny things. So all of that is a good place for me to feel safe and comforted. Bring on the humor. That's a great place for me. Doing fun things together.
Yeah.
I push you through life. I have
You do?
challenged you to do different things than you would have normally done. And I'm always I like doing things like expand. I like living. Like
Bobby likes to push the boundaries.
I really enjoy life. Like I like to experience new aspects of life, and Crystal, I drag her along with me on a lot of that.
Keyword drag.
Yeah, drag, kicking and screaming sometimes. But that is the case. And then, yeah, it didn't like everything you said, being there for each other. We've been through tragedy. We've both been through loss together, and we've lost people that we dearly loved. Recently, we had to put down our sad story. We had to put down our Pekingese.
Yeah.
Wicket, shout out to Wicket. He was my boy. We got him the day we got back from our honeymoon. So he was 16 and a half years old.
Yeah.
And he just got to the point where he just wasn't living a good life anymore, and we had to put him down. But that was a hard loss. Like I had prepared myself for it, which is weird for an Enneagram 7 to think about it and prepare for it. I didn't avoid the feelings beforehand. I knew it was coming. Crystal, however, ran from them like the plague, and
I really, really did, y'all.
And it collapsed on her, and it was
It
I did
really,
not expect
really
it to
did.
hit her the way it did, but it wrecked you.
I joked for a while about like Bobby's gonna be a huge wreck and like, like made jokes about like, oh come on, Wicket, why are you like I mean, not now I can't I don't want to say them out loud because like it wrecked me so bad, y'all. It was hard. It's still hard. I mean, but yeah, it was really hard.
So we've been through a lot of
Moving
loss,
on.
right? Yeah. We've been through a lot of loss together. So like being there for each other, we've done that really well, I feel like. And sometimes we've failed, but for the most part, we've done that well. So the same 3 things you said are the same that I would have delivered.
Okay, I nailed it.
You nailed it. High five. High five. Speaking of, Borat 2 comes out this month. Anyone that want to watch it? I'm going to watch it.
That show
I think it comes on Prime.
movie makes me so uncomfortable.
It's so
Bobby
good.
loves to watch movies that make me very
I
uncomfortable.
like people being uncomfortable in general. Like stretch your personality, stretch who you are.
With that movie.
Borat.
Okay.
Okay. So 3 things that we appreciate. Let's do, instead of naming 3 back to back.
Okay.
Let's name 1 at a time. You go first though, because I haven't thought about it. I just wrote it down.
Why do you always put me on the spot? 3
Ladies
things
first.
I appreciate about you.
Just 1 though, and then I'll go, and then you go. Yeah. But anyone listening has to do the same. If you're not in a relationship, I would challenge you to find someone in your life, a mother, father, best friend, whatever, and maybe 3 people, and like 1 thing that you appreciate about them. The point of this is a positivity experience, right? Like just bring some positivity to the world. Lord knows we need it right now.
That's real. I would say first I would I do.
Oh,
I'm so self-conscious now. I appreciate your I feel like this is gonna bite me in the behind later. Ability to grow and change as a person.
ooh.
I know. Ugh, it's gonna come back and bite me.
I mean, you can say that again. Say the nice thing
I
again.
appreciate your ability to grow and change as a person.
Oh, that was good.
That was good. I know.
Well, I appreciate your attention to the emotional well-being of our family and friends.
Oh, that's really sweet. That was really sweet. I appreciate. Okay, this is real. I really do appreciate your ability to make me laugh in like the saddest time or in like when I'm so furious with you, and you just know how to bust through that with humor that is not always warranted, but it is. You just know how to bust through that.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it was.
I pride myself on that though. Like as an Enneagram 7,
I know.
anything I can do to avoid feeling negative or helping other people avoid feeling negative, I will do at all costs. Like, let's just not feel that right now.
We can really be in like the most serious fight, and the fun fact is Ariel started to do it now too. But we can be in like the most serious fight, and he will just like, I'm so mad and furious, and he'll just do this one thing or say something, and I just start laughing, and that of course spirals in this big laugh fit, which takes the more serious thing, and we're like, oh, we can actually come around and talk about this.
So I'm going to say this one, and I'm going to preface because it's going to come across, there's going to be a knock in it, and it's not,
okay.
but here, but it is real, the whole thing. I appreciate how you put others first. The knock in it is sometimes you do it to your detriment.
That's real though.
The people pleaser side of you. But I think the real side of you that loves others and loves me, loves the children, loves friends, family, strangers, I think that you do that with a pure heart. I think sometimes you just overdo that to your detriment, not to their detriment or anyone else's, but to yourself. But I appreciate the heart behind it always because you care about others deeply.
Thanks.
Word.
I get that word up. Okay, so see, mine's gonna come, my last one, with the same. It's not really a knock, but it's like, hey, it goes along with the first one. But I really do appreciate how much you have grown and how good of a father you are. And like each year with each child, you really pour into who they are individually and pull those things out they have passion for.
That's good.
I know, I'm killing the game tonight.
You're on top of it. Okay. Number 3 for me.
Da, da, da.
The booty.
Oh my God. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
I can't avoid it, baby.
I can't even right now.
I can't get past the booty. 18 years in and it's still there, boo.
I didn't go nowhere.
Praise the Lord.
I will say I'm wearing, those you can see, those you can't, sucks for y'all. I am wearing my Hill College sweatshirt. And one of the things while we were on our theater festival trip.
Why does it suck they can't see it?
Because it's a beautiful sweatshirt. I don't know. Just
sucks you can't see this gray sweatshirt that says Hill College on it in red letters.
I don't know.
I just painted the picture for them. It was artistic. That was some linguistic work I had to do.
He loves to make fun of me. Apparently it's super easy. Anyways, back to, see, you, now I'm squirreling out. Anyways, theater festival right before, probably like the day before we actually became a couple, I had the sweatshirt tatted on my waist. Bobby's mad game, y'all. I was walking with some friends and he shouts out, "Ooh, to the Hill College girl with the booty," because I had the Hill College sweatshirt on my behind. That was Bobby's mad game.
That's about all I had.
It won me over though.
That and coming out of the shower. Glistening.
That was what? Shut up, glistening. You were like 20 pounds.
Towel around my waist.
You maybe weighed like 120 pounds.
No, I was like $150 at least, girl.
No, you were not.
That was solid.
You were scrawny.
Solid $150.
Maybe you might have been. I did say at that point that you were not allowed to weigh more than me, and I think I weighed 155 at that point. So yeah, I made you.
I was not allowed to weigh more. You're like, beefcake. I am the beefcake. You cannot weigh more than me.
Less than me.
Listen, man-child.
Less than me. Oh my gosh.
Man-child. You must eat chilled milk. Children's milk. Tequila's hitting now. All right, y'all. Okay, so tequila's kicking in. I can't even talk now. It is the 18th anniversary from when we met. We won't be drinking on most podcasts. This one, we felt like we would celebrate. We feel like we would let y'all in on how the story started. And there'll be more details of that come out over time. But I think it's important that we did this tonight to kick the show off. So we've got some ideas coming forward, some episodes. Crystal, what is a couple of them? Like, what have we talked about?
We have talked about 5 kids.
She's trying to read my notes, y'all.
Like,
she can't read my handwriting. We're gonna do an episode over 5 kids, raising 5 kids, what life is like with 5 kids, how to be a married couple with 5 kids.
Yes.
How do you maintain intimacy? All the fun things with that. We're gonna talk about married to an entrepreneur, guys. If you don't know this about me, I start businesses, end businesses. I run businesses and help other people start businesses, and that's my life. That's what gives me joy sometimes. That amongst a lot of other things, but that is one of the things. Yeah, I love helping people with their dreams and helping them monetize their dreams and make money from them. We're going to talk about being married to a stay-at-home mother and what that's like with 5 kids, homeschooling.
Yeah, that's real.
Praise the Lord, I work from home most of the time, so I do partake in that as well. So she's not doing it all on her own, but she does do the majority of it on her own. And we're going to talk about being married to the victim of abuse.
That'll probably be a 2-part.
No, yeah,
pretty deep.
I think because it will be a 2-part because we'll lay out the abuse side and where that is, but then we're going to lay out what it's like being married to that, because that's a whole nother ball game. Like, there's coping with abuse and how that affects you as the victim.
Yeah.
And then there's also, how does the spouse help support that? How does the husband, wife, partner, whatever, help support that person through that? And I think that's going to be an excellent 2-part series that we'll do, 2 30-minute episodes or so, and we'll get through that. Well,
I would even say a prequel to that will be just how being married to, like, when you bring your baggage into both, because Bobby's got baggage too, y'all. It ain't me.
I got no baggage.
Yeah, when you bring your baggage into a marriage, no matter what it is, like that'll be our prequel.
Yeah.
How to cope with that.
We'll have that, and we'll figure out what that structure is. But yes, that is an excellent point, and we will have that. Also, how to say sorry. And I don't know if that episode will actually have a conclusion, because I don't know if there's a perfect way to say sorry, but it's so important to have resolution.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're going to talk about that. So starting, Crystal doesn't know, but I've committed on this podcast weekly episodes starting October 29th.
Oh, y'all.
I turned 39
on
October 28th. Why can't we?
Because we're going to be with the zoo.
We can record it beforehand. New episodes.
That's real.
Yeah. We're not going to live stream every episode, y'all.
So I can't do that. Y'all cannot see this face.
Yeah.
Getting mad all the time.
So if you want to follow us on social, it's So To Hell With You and Back. So it's T2. I should have wrote it down because it's so hard. THW. THWY and Back. I think that's the socials. Check it real quick.
Hold on.
Let's double check this before we get off. Before we sign off. So follow us on socials, though, all the socials, because we will be live streaming a lot of things we do. Do you got it here?
THWY. Well, I did. THWY and Back.
And Like a Failure, I think that's our website as well. So
probably.
I've totally failed, and we can edit this, but I won't.
So I will say, because we didn't talk about it earlier, and I think we should, the reason it's called To Hell With You and Back. Yeah? No?
We can. That's another episode, girl.
Just kidding. That's another episode. Ignore me.
So we'll cut that out totally, because that episode will come out when it's appropriate.
Can't cut out Instagram Live.
You livers, why? Okay, so on the podcast, anyone listening to the podcast, we want to say thank you, and we really are excited to do this whole journey with you. And hey, if you have questions, shoot them to us. Me on Instagram, Funky Bob. That's FUNKEEBOB. Crystal on Instagram, The Harris Bunch 05. I'm not gonna spell all of it out. The the Harris, our last name, Bunch, like the Brady Bunch 05, because that's when our first child was born.
That's right.
So the Harris Bunch 05, that's her. I'm Funky Bob. Find us on Instagram. Shoot us questions, or shoot us questions directly at the To Hell With You and Back podcast.
Word.
Instagram, all that fun stuff. Anyway, till next time, we're excited to do this journey with you. If you have questions, all the fun stuff, we just want to say, to hell with you.
And back.
Holla.